All right, for goal 2.3, I want you to look what we have up there in red, because we are doing almost everything we've done before with one additional thing. I keep adding things to the solving, okay? I keep adding things to the solving. So this time, x is going to be on both sides. So instead of just moving the constant term, you have to move the x term as well. But you still do it using addition and subtraction, okay? So first, you're going to look for and collect like terms on both sides of equals. If that happens, sometimes there's not. You're going to add or subtract to get x to one side, usually the left, add or subtract to get constants to the other side, usually the right, and then divide if necessary to get x alone. So one additional step from what we've seen, okay? So, again, I'm going to draw that line so I know what I do to one side, I have to do to the other side, okay? I have nothing alike on the left, and I have nothing alike on the right. So I'm going to start moving stuff. I am going to keep x on the left all of the time. So I want x on the left side of the equal sign, on the left side of that line, and I want everything without an x on the other side of that line. So that means that this needs to move over that way. It is a positive 2. So if I'm going to move it, as we did with our constants, I'm going to minus it. Now, I want you to note where I'm putting it. I'm putting it under the other x, because x's have to go with x's, and numbers have to go with numbers. So I'm going to take into my calculator correctly, 5 minus 2 gives me 3x. My minus 9 comes down, my equals comes down, those cancel out, and my positive 12 goes down. From there, it's like what we did before, like what your assessment was on that I just gave back.
That is a little kerfuffle into me.
So now I'm going to plus the 9. So 3x comes down. Those cancel out, equals 21. And then lastly, divide by 3. Now, I'm doing a pretty good job of showing exactly the steps, bringing everything down. That was a major point of confusion when we worked on this last week on the board, when we were doing these at our seat or on the whiteboard standing up, that you didn't bring things down. And so you confused yourself, okay? It is really important to write the steps and bring things down, okay? All right, next question. Again, I like x's on the left side, which means that's going to go over that way. It is a positive 33x. So I'm going to minus 33x. And again, where am I putting it? I'm putting it under the other x. That's important. It doesn't go under the 78 because the 78 doesn't have an x. So then I take 39 minus 33, just like it reads, and I get 6x plus 78 equals, those cancel out, which means what do I have over there? Not 1.
X.
Not x.
0.
0. Good. A 0. It all cancels out. There's nothing left over there. I have 0 left over there. Now, the constant term goes to the other side. So I'm going to minus 78. Minus 78. So 6x comes down. That cancels out. 0 minus 78 is negative 78. Divide by 6. Divide by 6. Those cancel, and x equals negative 13.
Oh, shucks.
I punched this into my calculator, well, I punched it in my brain, but this is punched in my calculator. Negative 78 divided by 6 is a negative 13?
It's negative
No?
78.
16. 16?
I got negative 13.
I got negative 13.
Okay.
That's just.
Okay,
They're
13.
just being.
Okay, a question so far? Yes.
Do you have a calculator chart here I can use? I'll just do it in my head for accounting.
All right, on the left side here, we have stuff to combine together first. 3 plus 2. 5x. Minus 4 comes down, equals 8, minus x all comes down. So all I did was combine these terms together. I didn't move them from one side of equals to the other. I combined them, so there's no sign changing going on. Then I'm gonna move. So it says minus x. So what do I need to do? Plus x. If there's not a number in front, what's it understood to be?
1.
1. So 5 and 1 is 6x. Minus 4 comes down. Equals comes down. 8 comes down. This goes that way. So if it says minus 4, I'm going to
Add. Add.
plus 4. It's always the opposite. When it says minus, you're gonna plus it. When it says plus, you're gonna minus it. 6x comes down, cancels out, equals comes down, 8 plus 4 equals 12. And then lastly, divide by 6. Divide by 6. And x equals 2. So again, you can see, hopefully, you can see the similarities to what we've already done. One slight difference. Okay, I'm going to combine like terms. On the right, there's nothing to change on the left. So 11 minus 12, that's exactly what I would punch into my calculator, exactly what I see on that paper, and that's negative 1. Bring down the plus 3x. So I'm going to move the x now. If it says plus 3x, I'm going to minus 3x. And where do I put it on the other side? Tommy?
You'll put it like,
Under the 9 or the 23?
since it has an x under the 9.
Perfect. So 9 minus 3, 6x. Plus 23 equals negative 1. The constant goes to the other side. So subtract 23. So 6x comes down, cancels out. Into my calculator goes negative 1 minus 23, just like it reads, which should give you on your calculator negative 24. Divide by 6. Divide by 6. And x equals negative 4. Okay, on this next one, I'm going to do the first step, and I want you to try to finish it. On the left, I can add or combine the x's. Positive 6 plus 4, 10x. Minus 42 would come down. On the right, I can combine the numbers, the constants. 19 plus 4 is 23, minus 3x. Okay, I want you to try to go from there. Yes?
Even though we combine the like terms on the left side, would we still end up moving 3x like
Yep.
to the 10? Okay.
Okay, try to finish that right now. I've got my terms combined. You're moving the x, you're moving the constant, and your division. X is left, constant's right. X is left. What is this opposite right here? So what should that be?
Oh.
It's always the opposite when you move it.
That's why.
What is going on? So what does this X say right here? Do you not see the minus sign? Okay, so what are you moving with?
Look, freshman, would you get?
No, don't say.
Okay, wait.
I can't get 35.
No, we don't have to do that.
13 times 5.
Plus 10.
Right, I'm making my grade. 10x plus 3.
Snyder, I think I did something wrong.
What did you get?
Yes, because it says minus. So you have to plus it.
No, 6.
Oh, so I don't have to move. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Connor's getting 65.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
should
did.
like put 12, I'm an 80.
All right, when I am moving things, you have to be able to read the question. So when you see, which you should see, minus 3x, then you should be plussing 3x. You want it to equal 0. You want it to cancel out. And then 10 plus 3, 13. Minus 42 comes down, equals 23 comes down. Positive and negative 3 give me 0. That's what we want to happen. That's why we always do the opposite sign. And then when I move my 42, my minus 42, I'm going to plus it. So 13 comes down, cancels out, equals 65. And then lastly, a division. We don't divide until the very last step. So x equals 5.
I botched that.